So our next topic is least common multiple and least common denominator. So for example, we have two numbers 3 and 4, and we have to find out what is the least number which is divisible by both 3 and 4. That would be their least common multiple. So how to find it? Let's start with 3. So find the multiples of 3. So the multiples of 3 are, the first multiple is of course 3, then 6. If we multiply 3 by 2, we get 6, then 9, then 12, then 15. And what are the multiples of 4? So of course 4 multiplied by 1 is 4, 4 multiplied by 2 is 8, 4 multiplied by 3 is 12, and then 16. So if we look at these two, the multiples of 3 and the multiples of 4, the least number which we find is 12. 12 is the least number which is the multiple of both 3 and 4. So this is the least common multiple of 3 and 4. So what is least common denominator? Least common denominator is same as least common multiple, but when we are talking about fractions and their denominators. So let us say that we have two fractions. One is 2 divided by 3 and the other is 3 divided by 4. So what is the least common denominator of these two fractions? So least common denominator will be the least common multiple of the denominators. So least common denominator is simply the least common multiple of denominator. So this term is used only when we are talking about fractions. So these are two fractions. We have 2 by 3 and 3 by 4. So the least common multiple of 3 and 4, which are denominators of these two fractions, would be LCD. The only difference is that we use the term LCM when we are talking about certain numbers, and we use the term LCD when we are talking about few fractions. So when the numbers are few, just 2 or 3 numbers, then this method is fine. You just find the multiple of the first number and the multiple of the second number. But if there are more than 2 numbers, or if the numbers are large, then this method sometimes become very difficult. Not difficult, but you can say the lengthy method. So there is a simple method for finding the LCM or LCD of numbers, and which we have used already in finding the prime factors. So this was the method 1. This is the first method of finding the LCM. The second method of finding LCM is, this is method 2. Method 2 is you first find the prime factors of both numbers. Find the prime factors. So this is the step 1. So let's find the prime factors of 3 and 4. The prime factors of 3 are 3 multiplied by 1. This is the prime factor of 3. And what are the prime factors of 4? Prime factors of 4 are 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1. So these are the prime factors of 4. So how we find these numbers? So this method has already been described in another video. So you can watch that video to how to find the prime numbers. But basically what you do is you just put 4 here and find the minimum number which is divisible by 4, which is 2. Then 2. Then you find another number, minimum number 2, 1. When you get 1 here, you multiply all these numbers and you get the set of prime numbers. So which is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by this one, which if you want to write, you can write. Otherwise 2 and 2 and 1. So after finding the prime numbers, what is the next step to find the LCM? So this is the step 1. Now step 2 is finding the maximum occurrence of a prime number. In these factors. So first we find out what prime numbers are occurring in the factors of these two. So 3, 2 and 1. So these are the 3 different prime numbers. So you can ignore 1 because 1 will not contribute towards LCM. 1 multiplied by anything is the same. So only 2 and 3, these are the two prime numbers which are occurring in the factors of these two numbers. So what is the maximum occurrence of 2? What are the maximum number of times 2 occurred? So 2 occurred 2 times in the factors of 4. So the maximum occurrence of 2 is 2. And what is the maximum occurrence of 3? Maximum occurrence of 3 is just 1. So now what you do, the LCM would be equal to, you multiply 2 times, then you multiplied 3 1 times. So this is the maximum occurrence of 2. So you multiply 2 times, and then you multiply 3 1 time. So this is the LCM. So this is the second method of finding the LCM. You find the prime factors first, then you see the maximum occurrence of any number in those prime factors. So number 2 occurred 2 times, number 3 occurred 1 time. So we multiplied 2 times and 3 1 times, and we get the LCM. If the numbers are more than 2, or if the numbers are large numbers. So then these two methods, sometimes there are more chances of error in these two methods, and these two methods sometimes become very lengthy. So I'll give you an example, and we will learn the method 2, one more example, and then we will go and learn third method. So the second example of method 2, let us do it here. So we are trying to find out the LCM of 6, 9 and 27. So let us find the LCM of these three numbers. So first, find the step 1 is find the prime factor. So to find the prime factor of 6, you can see the video. We are just repeating this again. So prime factor of 6, the minimum number divisible by 6 is 2, 3 times. Then the minimum number divisible by 3 is 3, 1 time. So the prime factors of 6 are 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 if you want. The prime factors of 9, similar manner, 3 times, then 3, 1. When we get 1, we got the prime factors of 9, which are 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 1. Similarly, the prime factors of 27, the minimum number divisible by 27 is 3, because 7 plus 2, the divisibility rules. Don't forget divisibility rules, because divisibility rules are the rules which we use to find the prime factors. So if 2 plus 7 is 9, 9 is divisible by 3, so 27 will be divisible by 3, so 9 times. Then again 3 and we get 3, and then again 3 and we get 1. So prime factors of 27 are 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 and 1. So now the second step is we have to find out what prime numbers are occurring in these three prime factors. So we can see that 2, 3 is there, and only 2 and 3. So how many times 2? What is the maximum occurrence of 2? So maximum occurrence of 2 is in this 6, which is only 1 time. What is the maximum occurrence of number 3? So the maximum occurrence of number 3 is 3 times in 27. So this is 3 times. So 3 is occurring 3 times. 2 is occurring 1 time only. So our LCM will be, we multiply 2 1 times, so only 2, and multiply 3 times. So into 3 into 3 into 3. So this is 6, 3, 18. 18 into 3 is 54. 54 will be the LCM. So in this example, we have used method 2 of finding the LCM, not this first method. Because in first method, we find the multiples of all these numbers. And then we find by visual inspection, what is the minimum number which occurs in the multiple of these three numbers. So these were the two methods, and now we will learn a third method of finding the LCM or LCD, which is the more simpler method, which is just like finding the prime factors, and which you will feel very easy and comfortable.